both men and women, they both benefit from a good marriage. And the thing is, for men, if the marriage is like so-so, if it's all right, it's cool, we still benefit from it. True. But y'all don't. But if they not good, if they not content in what's going on, then they don't benefit exactly like we do. But we benefit no matter what.
Okay, so here are 5 benefits to getting married as opposed to staying single. Number 1, married men make 10 to 40% more than single men.
Damn! Multiple studies by world-renowned institutes in multiple countries have found that traditional married couples even earn more on average than people who are single. The NLSY group that started being tracked in 1979 has shown that married men earn on average 44% more than men who are not married. This difference is even larger than the difference between men who did or did not get a college degree. Interestingly, the reasons the researchers found for this pay gap were causal, which means that it wasn't just the richer people were more likely to get married. It means that being married on average gives people key benefits that lets them earn more money during their career. The gap between couples and singles is only growing to make matters worse, and the cost of dating is also increasing at an alarming rate.
Number 2, we got financial benefits. One of the things you get tax breaks if you file jointly as a married couple. Here's the thing that I didn't know. You do get a Social Security benefit if your spouse dies.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, she knew, but I didn't know that.
I knew that.
So you ain't got no spouse, you ain't getting no money. So
that's if we even still have Social Security. That's a whole nother story.
Another one is you can obtain credit. Now, one of the most willing people to co-sign your loan. Now, we all know about co-signing. We be having babies co-sign for us. One of the number one people that will be willing to co-sign you is a spouse.
Yep. Yeah.
Because they know you and they know where you live. And if they got to come get their money, they don't even got to go far because you got to come home. So another one is you get savings on insurance. When you married and you put that down on your applications, they be giving you like better rates, like insurance rates.
Yeah, go try it out. You'll see.
This is something that's repeated in a lot of things is the perception of you as being someone who's married. Right. You have responsibilities now because you're married and they think that you're going to be somebody that they can trust to pay them their money.
Right.
So they're more willing to give you their money. Whether you think it's right or not doesn't even matter. That's just what it is right now.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
This is all number 2. You have access to health insurance benefits, of course, when you're married to somebody.
Right.
You can get on your wife's health insurance. She can get on your health insurance. Your kids get on the health insurance.
Right.
Yes.
I've heard of people doing that outside of marriage.
Yep.
It's rare because...
How,
Sway?
Yo, I don't know. I've heard of somebody doing that. I guess they be lying on their paperwork.
They do something illegal.
So I've heard of somebody doing that to somebody that she wasn't married to. So I guess she claimed him as a family member or something like that.
Well, I guess if you claim the person as a dependent, yeah.
So, and she was able to get him like a kidney or something. It was something crazy.
Boy, if you don't...
Just so y'all know, most of us ain't gonna give you no kidney without no commitment. So that's another benefit for marriage. We're gonna take that dub. One of the last ones is you get to do higher IRA contributions for people who understand all of their 401k and IRA and all of that other stuff.
Yeah,
so.
And I was just going to put a plug for Financipation. We'll drop his link below. He's really good with all things finance. You guys can definitely check out his channel. Number 3, let's talk about these living expenses, y'all.
Bruh.
If you have combined incomes coming into the household, it just makes it that much easier to be able to live.
That's just one Netflix account instead of 2. Netflix done went up now. They like $16 now. I remember when they started, it was $7. Instead of 32 for 2 of y'all, it's just 16 for 1. As a matter of fact, now see Netflix started cracking down. Now, this is what happened. Y'all know y'all got people on your Netflix account that ain't supposed to be on there.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? If they not on your Wi-Fi, they will be like, this ain't really a part of your family. You lying, and they trying to cut them off. They trying to crack down on them suckers. So you being able to hijack other people's Netflix accounts is gonna be hard. Even YouTube now. YouTube got the nerve to be having a premium account and all this other crap.
Yeah.
Your ad blocker ain't gonna be working no more.
Come on, man.
These little things, they all add up. Your rent, your car note, depending on your situation, you may be able to get away with rocking one car for a certain period of time just because you have to.
Being single is becoming an unaffordable luxury for a lot of people. The cost of living is exploding right now, and without a partner to share the financial burden with, single people are financially falling behind their friends who are in consistent relationships.
Number 4, married men live longer.
Yep.
And have healthier lives. Now, the reasons for this is a whole bunch of reasons. It could be because your wife nagging you about going to the doctor. She could be giving you home cooked meals instead of us eating out all the time. It could be just because she's always telling you,
hey, why you always eating that junk food? Why you always eating this? Eat the apple instead of eating the honey bun.
I did do that, didn't I?
Some of us, we good on the health thing. We go to the gym, we work out, we keep ourselves together and all of that. It just becomes easier when you have a mate that's looking out for you. And for most people, that's how it works out.
What about the women, though?
And don't say nothing about them living longer. But what I saw was specifically how it benefits men, because that's what I was looking up. One of the things they said that it was specifically going to be heart health.
That's great.
That's very important.
Yeah, because you sort of need
you sort of need your heart to help you
lot.
stay alive.
Yeah.
And don't let you die.
Yeah.
Probably got a lot to do with eating. It might have to do with stress release.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of stress release,
Oh boy.
number 5. I like number 5. It's my favorite one. Go ahead.
Okay, and number 5.
Still smiling.
I am very happy to be here.
Yes. Married men actually have more sex than single men.
Yes, in the face. Put it in the face, right?
They typically have it at least 2 to 3 times a week.
Can I get a amen?
A 2010 Indiana University study revealed that less than 5% of single people ages 25 to 59 have sex 2 to 3 times a week. 5% of y'all out there is getting it.
Good God. Ouch.
Now, that was 2010. That's 13 years ago. We got to take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, people a little bit more freaky nowadays. They be doing what they do. Maybe it's 6% now. But that's really bad because we're talking about consistency. Some of y'all can have a good week and then you'll have a bad week. That is compared to married people who are 5 times more likely to have sex at the same rate.
Seriously? Yeah.
So for us, married folk, 25% of us have it at that rate. 5% of y'all single people have it at that rate.
Ouch.
Now, you might be one of them single guys.
Man, I get it like 7 times a week, bro. I got a rotation.
Well, most dudes ain't you. That's what we talking about for most people. For most average dudes. If you a Chad, bro, you not even fair.
Sorry, that's unfair.
You not even on the same field that we on. You like cheating.
We don't cheat. Everybody's in.
That is the truth.
Like you like to do in any video game, and you the guy that got all your stats all the way up because you got to cheat in order to be able to do that and stuff. You that guy. Most of us is out here starving, bro.
Yep.
That's unfair.
It's incredibly unfair.
And it's people like you that just take it from everybody.
Really?
Hate all of you. For men in particular, a 2017 National Health and Social Life Survey showed that 51% of married men reported that they were extremely emotionally satisfied with sex, compared to 39% of cohabitating men and 36% of single men. That was because I'm sick, not because of the stat. It just was perfect timing. That's all it was. Maybe things have changed, but I looked and I didn't really see anything as extensive as what we found. These stats that we found were generally considered by the consensus to be the way things are.
Yes.
Right.
So these are some of the benefits of marriage. I just wanted to put them out there so y'all can stop hearing everybody telling you that marriage is bad.
Yep.
Because to be honest, it's such a good institution that it's better than anything else that we've came up with.
Well, you got that right.
Because everything else we came up with has worse stats. We don't last as long. We don't have much satisfaction. It's just not better.